cosmic folks, the emergence, brain of eternal, hands on my time, impossible prince can God watch you step in the mind, soul triggers, power holy divine righteousness, combined with courage, love of essence, don't let trauma bind up block your blessings, when you behind the veil, you hear the confession, give you limitation, corruption, fear, deception, this the age of knowing, evolution and resurrection.
Welcome back to another episode of Talk That Crap. Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great Thursday. We ain't finna get into it today. We're gonna have a great conversation. We're gonna be talking about the unfolding of consciousness. So there's a lot of things that's happening right now, and some of us know that there has just came a planet of parades. There's new energy on the planet. We're experiencing a blood full moon tonight. So that type of energy is coming on the planet. We also have the equinox is coming up. So then that's the type of energy that's coming on the planet. So all of these things are happening all at once. And then we're being distracted so much, we're being bombarded with all type of distraction. So sometimes it's difficult to really sit and be with oneself to understand your divine presence and what you came here for, what you came here to experience, the things that you need to shed, all of those things, all of those things. And we're just going to chop it up tonight, and we're just going to have a great conversation because, as I stated, we all going to be talking about what? Unfolding consciousness. Now, when we're talking about unfolding consciousness, imagine a flower that's starting to bloom and open up and form and become full. That's where we are in this particular time when it comes to consciousness. This particular energy is bulging within us, and it's allowing us to come up out of that old way, that old age, into a new age. It's a new way of thinking. It's a new way of being. It's a new way of understanding. It's a new way of seeing. It's a new way of understanding your health. Everything is going to be new. If you look around right now, you'll see so many people going through so many different things. There's a lot of people that are transitioning, losing loved ones. We have the government going array. We have wars going on. We got health issues going to rise. We got family issues. We have debt issues. We have school issues. We got executive orders going on. If you pay attention to all of that, it's going to be difficult for you to understand what's evolving inside of you, what's happening inside of you, to be totally aware of that consciousness that dwells within you. And you may ask me, well, how do I become aware of that consciousness that's within? First of all, you should be able to observe who you are. Are you able to observe your thoughts? Are you able to observe your feelings? Your actions, your habits that you have, are you able to actually observe those things, make adjustments if need to, get rid of some things if you need to? How are you able to see yourself in this unfoldment? Because we're talking about rising and coming to a new state of consciousness. Once you come into a new state of consciousness, some of the old things that you once thought about will be no longer, because you're going to rise to a new state. You're going to rise to a new understanding. So it's really up to you in this evolving and this whole unfolding. This unfolding of consciousness is some of the beautiful things. You gotta just think about a cosmic lotus just unfolding. That's unfolding. A cosmic lotus unfolding. This is your consciousness. This is what's happening inside of all of us right now. It's something new. It's an unfolding of consciousness. It's something that when you become to realize what it is and allow it to unfold within you, you begin to explore different avenues of your mind, different avenues of thought. You may recognize habits that don't do you very well, because in this unfolding, you're seeing things that were not there. You couldn't recognize at first. You were unaware. And this unfoldment, everything becomes aware. You become aware of all things. You become totally aware of you. And that's the biggest thing in this unfoldment. is that we actually are able to recognize ourselves in this divine state, not being afraid, not worrying about what you were taught when you was a child, not worried about what someone else would think about you because of the choices that you make or the decision that you make in your life of how to live. Maybe you go against some of their standards and you're outside of their bound. That's just the unfolding consciousness within you. So, in this unfolding, we're coming back to that cosmic law. We're coming back to that cosmic recognition of knowing not only that you are divine, but living by the core spiritual principle, their core principles. They say, well, what are core principles when it comes to divinity? You can read 7 laws in the Kabbalion. That'll give you a good stitch of what that 7 really looks like. I don't have it right here with me. And I'm not going to get off the camera right now. We're going to keep it rolling. But just look up the Kabbalion, the initiates, and that'll give you a good structure of what that evolving could look like. Because you first have to understand your own mind. The all mind, the universe is mental. So in that unfolding of conscious, the first thing you have to recognize is your own mind. Where is your own mind when it comes to unfolding? What are you processing in this evolution that you're going through right now? How does it give edification in your life? What are the things that you're doing in your life that you are allowing your consciousness to evolve? Is it in a new skill? Is it in a passion? Is it in a purpose? Like, what are you doing constantly, habitually, making it a habit? It's a love, it's a passion, it's something that you cannot turn away, that's continuously to unfold within inside of you, and you can't turn away from it. It burns within you, and you can't look back. That's where we at. We at an unfoldment of divine consciousness. It's happening in all of us. Some people can handle it. Some others are not able to. Some people they're confused. They are depressed. They don't know what to do. They feel lost. They feel alienated. They don't feel they're worthy enough. All of these things are happening in their mind because of this unfolding that's coming up. They're looking to remember. There's nothing to remember in the presence of the divine. There's nothing to remember. All memory places you back into a cycle of pain, regret, hurt, worry, anxiety. That's what most past memories do to you. You can use memory to enhance your life because you realize at that memory you have set a standard and a foundation to where you're not going to go back to, and you're going to move forward. That's part of that unfolding consciousness. To know that in spite of my situation, in spite of my circumstances, I'm making a decision that this is how I'm going to adjust my life, and I'm going to continue to unfold and explore what this potential could be. Because it's one thing to have a belief in something, it's another thing to explore that belief. Do you explore your belief in this unfolding of consciousness? What do you do? How do you do it? What are you learning? Is there anything that interests you in such a way that it just pulls you? You urge to just go, you just like you drawn to it like a magnetic flame. What is that like for you? Because that's where we are right now. We're in a time right now where we're doing is evolving. Everybody is going through some type of change right now. If you're not going through a change right now, you probably one of those persons that are depressed, very confused, angry, lost. You're probably going through something because you're not willing to evolve. You're not willing to unfold that divine conscience within you. You're not ready to get that knock at the door where spirit and soul says, hey, let me show you the way. Because that's what it's all about. Everybody want to ask, I've had many people ask me, well, what do I study? What do I do? What should I be reading right now? I don't know. It really all depends on your own psyche, your own purpose, and what you came here to experience. Like me telling you, oh, I think you should go study alchemy when you don't even know anything about alchemy. You're afraid of it. They told you that's witchcraft. If I told you go study occult knowledge and Gnosticism, what would that be? If I told you to go study hermetics, what would that be like? So we got to stop looking at all of these different avenues of how somebody get there. Is are you getting there? What's your direction in your life? And does your direction enhance your life and allows you to achieve all the things that you envision for yourself? That's the most important. And this evolution is most important that you understand who it is that you are that's unfolding. What this consciousness that's unfolding inside of you, what is that? What is it like? What is it for? Why am I here? You know, when you have these questions, if you don't have the answers, get with some people who know. Get with some people that can help you understand and define what's happening within your own mind so that you can become a part and the co-creator with this unfolding consciousness. What are you going to do for yourself? What is that like? The unfolding of it. And because it's unfolding, it's a spiritual mindset. And in that, you must have a spiritual mindset and discernment. You must have a spiritual mindset and discernment. Now, understand when you have divine values and your core values of divinity may be beyond humanity, and you enter the presence of the divine. So your what humanity values is based upon, you may be beyond that. You may be at a place where you understand cosmic law and you live within our harmony. You understand that there's a give and take to it. You understand that there's an epic flow between it. There's a rhythm to it. You understand there's a divine song. It's an orchestra playing right now. The words that you speak, the thoughts that you think are a song. They're notes that are being played right now in the cosmos. If you feel good right now, you placed out a good note. And the more that you feel good about yourself, you begin to create good songs that feel good all the time. And you can always revisit those things. And a spiritual mindset, you must always be focused on your divine. You must express yourself and see through the eyes of the divine. If you're not looking through the eyes of the divine, your spiritual mindset could be, maybe tainted. I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying if your mindset is not from a divine conception, if your very mind is based upon what someone else taught you, your mindset may be tampered. And in this particular time, the discernment is so important. You want to be able to be around people and know, hey, this is not a good place for me. You want to be able to acknowledge a awareness inside of you if you're in the right place at the right time. You want to acknowledge where if you're in a quote unquote job right now, if you're an entrepreneur right now, and you're going through some highs and lows, you're looking to figure out, what am I doing that's so difficult? What am I doing that I can change to allow my life to be better? There's a level of discernment in that where when you're still and you can hear, the divine speaks. And the divine speaks in many different ways. The divine can speak through, you may get a reading from a tarot. It may be something of, you go outside and you see symbolism of animals and you go and look those things up and that can mean something to you. It can be that of numerology and that could mean something to you. It may be signs and symbols that you see along the path that may mean something to you. A quote, a memory, a science, something comes back to acknowledge the discernment that you have, that you recognize, hey, this is probably not the best place for me. This is probably not the best thing for me. I think I'm going to exit left or exit right. I don't know where you exit at. Could be on either side. Could be on either side. That spiritual mindset is most important. That spiritual mindset will place you in a state where, because we know things are never going to always run smooth. There are always going to be some ebb and flows. There's always going to be some motion, some ups and downs. In that up and down, I had to give me some water. In that up and down, are you able to acknowledge where you can make your adjustments at? The people that you around, do they enhance your life or no? If you around people and they're not enhancing your life, then you have to ask yourself, why are you around these people and spending that much time with people that are not enhancing your life? Have a discernment about how you take care of yourself health wise. You know, if you're eating out all the time and your body, your spirit may have an allergic reaction to some of the food that you eat. You may be nauseated, you may feel sick, you may throw up. That may be your spirit telling you, giving you a signal through your body, hey, you may want to change what you're eating. This is not nutritional to us. Discernment comes in many, many, many different ways. A spiritual discernment is what you should be acquiring right now to really understand what it is that you see when you observe the world. Because if you observe the world right now based upon the idiocy that you see on the television, oh my God, you probably scared shitless. You gotta you gotta think to yourself, why is it the mindset that when we talk about a spiritual mindset, why is a spiritual mindset something that some people look to acquire, strive for, hope for, look for, pay for? Some people spend thousands of dollars to go through seminars to enhance their mindset, only to be left with the same mindset. A spiritual mindset, you want to peel back the layers to actually to be able to become aware of the mindset that exists in its present moment, in its present habit, actions, feelings, emotion, states, thoughts, all of those things. You want to become really present with those attributes within yourself right now. So then you're able to observe where you enhance, learn new skills, make alterations, make changes, dismantle certain avenues and functions, and place new things there in your life. A new mindset means when you're coming and you're actually approaching anything, it's from a brand new place. It's from a brand new place. Not a place of memory, not a place of want, not a place of hope, not a place I saw somebody else did it. A spiritual mindset. It's a determination within yourself. It's a way of how you use your own mind. When you use your mind from a divine place, there's nothing that it can exist outside of you. So then in your spiritual mindset, worry, you abolish that. Worry becomes strength. Anxiety becomes a consistency, because the anxiety is just something that you're not doing. So then you begin to do the thing, then the anxiety goes away. It's being consistent in an everyday thing. So a lot of times, I tease my daughter sometime. My light went out. Oh, hello. Let's see. Light. My light. Pause for a second. Pause for a second. My light went out. My light went out. All right. Sorry about that. I had a little lighting problem right there. And so yeah, that spiritual mindset is everything. Because it's going to allow you, no matter what happens in your life, you're always going to have a framework of how to move divine. You're never going to look at yourself in a place that's so low that you feel that you're not going to be able to do it. You're never going to be at a place where it's going to be so difficult. You're always going to find that there are always opportunities and potential for you to make adjustments and change. You're always going to acknowledge that there's always a higher aspect to what you're being shown right now. You know, you lose a job, you start a business. Your business fail, you meet investors. There's so many different avenues in life, and you must have a discernment to know that when those opportunities present themselves, that you know what to do in those things. So in that unfolding consciousness, a spiritual mindset and discernment is key to your own evolution because we are evolving in the shift. They say we're in the age of Aquarius, right? And again, we've had many spiritual alignments that have happened. We've had eclipses that have happened. They have happened 7 years apart. We have had alignments that only come every 80 years. We've had planet parades. The last time it happened was 40 years ago. We've having all of these magnificent, magnificent shifts that are happening right now. So we're all evolving inside of the shift. We're all inside of this unfolding consciousness. We must be aware that we are the unfolding consciousness and we are evolving inside of this shift. That's why everything is changing. Everything is happening so fast. Everything is happening. Me and my light is having it right now tonight. Me and my light is going through it. I mean, I got to get a new light. So that becomes something of great importance is to really understand you're evolving in this shift and what that means to you. Who are you evolving into? Remembering and knowing who you are two different things. You can remember, I remember who I was as a kid. I know who I am now. Those are two different things. And I can have a memory of an old time and it doesn't affect me emotionally, mentally, physically. It's a understanding, it's a gateway. It's like looking at pictures from an old time or watching a film from an old film. And you're able to watch that old film and go, the last time I seen that, I didn't even see that the first time. But this time I actually saw it. And then now you're able to acknowledge the thing that you didn't see at one time and you're able to evolve from it. Just like from the caterpillar to the butterfly. And that whole evolution inside of that cocoon, the caterpillar have no idea of how to think like a butterfly because it never had any wings. And a butterfly can never fathom being a caterpillar because all the butterfly know is being a butterfly. In this evolution, it's the same thing. You evolving, you're unfolding in your own consciousness, and you're evolving. The thing is to know who you're evolving into. And all of us came with purpose. All of us came with gifts. All of us came with talents. So if you don't know your talent, if you don't know your gift, and you don't know your purpose, continue to dig within yourself and to evolve. Get around people who have a dream. Join communities like these. Comment, like, and let's build. Let's help each other grow. I'm here to assist anyone that really wants to know how to help themselves. If you are dead serious about how to help yourself, you email me at impossiblevcd@gmail.com. That's impossible, EMPOSSIBLEVCD @gmail.com. And email me and let's set up a counseling session. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a 30-minute conversation. Let's break down some of the things of how you see life so you may understand your own mindset. Let's understand your health issues. How do you eat? What's the habits? What do you do in the day? Do you take care of yourself? Do I run? Do I exercise? Do I yoga? Do I meditate? What are you really looking to go towards in your life? Because we are all in this stage of evolving. We're all evolving in this shift. We're evolving out of this unfolding consciousness. We're not able to stop the evolution. We're not able to stop it. It's happening on a cosmic level. That if all of these things are lining up, and all of these planets and all of these energies and all these solar energies and solar flares is coming off the sun, and it's causing all of these different um, awakenings inside of our body because it's just energy. It's not like the energy is not pulsating through the planet, round or flat. Don't make no difference. It's still pulsating through the planet. It's still just energy, so it makes no difference whether it's flat or round, whichever one you want to make. It's still an evolution that happened. It's an evolution of our consciousness. Not only understanding that your consciousness that's evolving is unfolding, it's the spiritual mindset that's replaced humanity's fear and ideas and concerns. A spiritual mindset does not distance themselves from humanity. It has compassion for humanity and it lives in harmony with humanity. That's what a spiritual mindset is. A discernment, I said discernment, a discernment, a spiritual mindset and discernment. You all you're doing is really recognizing how to live in the very nature of the divine. Just like there's a particular system and harmony of nature when we go outside between the birds and the animals and whatever geographical set you're in, that nature that all they all has in harmony. And we must live life the same way in that harmony. And we must do that from a divine state. The thing is, it's difficult when you're a human to look at yourself as divine seems to be so difficult. Because to see yourself as a god or goddess, it may be to where some put you on a pedestal. It's not so much being put on a pedestal, it's understanding the characteristics of the god and goddess. It's to understand the marriage of that god and goddess. It's to understand their purpose and what they live out, their life, why they did what they did in the life of a god and goddesses. The same goes with you. Based upon your gifts and talents, what purpose are you came here to manifest right here, right now, in this unfolding of consciousness with a spiritual mindset and discernment in the evolving in this shift? It's all happening within us. We must understand how it's happening. Do we are we really aware of what's really happening with us? Are we aware of what we're feeling emotionally? If someone says something and it pisses you off, are you aware or are you reacting? So a lot of times we're dealing with life and it's unfolding, and because we have a state of ignorance or fear, we may be reacting to this unfolding of consciousness because we have no idea of what's really happening because we don't have an identity of the divine. And you may say, well, what does divine look like? Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Do you not see the characteristics of the divine? Do you not see the God attributes within you? If you don't see the God attributes within you, ask yourself, why not? Who took away your identity that you don't see yourself divine? Why? Why is that a difficult thing? If every year you got older, and they said every year you're supposed to get wiser. I don't know what's going on with my words tonight. And every year you're getting wiser, supposedly, because every year you get older, you're supposed to learn new things and become something different. If that's happening, that's a part of an unfoldment. That's a part of growth. That's a part of understanding. That's a part of a discernment. Because I have friends now that I don't have, and I got friends that I used to have that I don't have, and friends that I have now I didn't always have. I had friends where I was at the state of mind of where I was. And so now with this particular mental mindset that I have, now there's a plethora of people that also understands what that unfoldment of consciousness really is. We're not we're not looking at each other as, oh, something is wrong with you because you see the world differently. Not at all. You're supposed to see the world differently because it's your consciousness that's unfolding. You are the divine expression of the all mind. They say the all is mind, the universe is mental. If the cosmic universe is infinite living mind, which means that we are all expressions of divine mind. I didn't say this. This is what they said. We just have to realize and recognize what's really happening within ourselves and what does that really mean for us. because we're talking about we all evolving inside of this particular shift we in, and the shift is we move from one age to a new age, from an age of Pisces to a golden age, to the age of Aquarii, the age of knowing. So we went from the age of information to the age of knowing. Y'all heard the stories before. I'm not going to have to regurgitate anything else. Y'all have heard it. And this unfoldment and this flower that you're becoming, this cosmic flower that you're blossoming into, make sure that your spiritual mindset and your discernment, that you are aware, that you can observe. You say, how can I observe my own thoughts? Meditation is one of the ways that I use. I'm a runner. I love to run. So running is another way. Exercising, doing something, you can practice mindfulness. There are multiple mindfulness techniques out there. There are yoga is a big thing. Yoga and Tai Chi. So all of these different modalities that you can utilize to build a particular mindset. Because in those particular techniques, you're going to have to construct your mind, learn breathing techniques, and do things that are helping. Breath work is also another way for you to come into a certain level of mindfulness and to be aware of the evolution that's happening in this particular shift. Things that are happening within us all the time. You may get a soft nudge one day and you hear, make a left turn. And you say, well, I don't want to go that way because I want to go this way because I want to stop at this particular store. You end up going the way that you heard from that soft spirit. You make a left. You make a left, you have no traffic. You ride all the way to where you're going. You stop at a different store. They actually had something you was looking at that you didn't have in a long time. So you're having a better experience. You go that route. You get to work. You say, oh man, I had one of the most pleasant rides to work. Then you hear someone else, man, I came to work and it was traffic down here and it was backed up for 30, 40 minutes. I had to turn around and find another way to get back to work. Man, I wish I'd have known that. And you just dodged being 40 minutes in traffic, all because of your discernment of that small, still voice that told you to make a left instead of making a right and going the way that you want to go. And the same thing happened with us in life. In our own evolution, sometimes our spirit will share something with us that's going to be helpful and beneficial to us. And then we say, I do it in my own time. I do it when I get ready. That's not really the nature of spirit. That's not how that works. So you may find yourself frustrated because you're doing it the way that you want to versus the way of the divine. There is a harmony when it comes to divine. There's a true nature when it comes to divine. Your spirituality or your spirit alone has its nature. Spirit has a nature. Don't ever believe that spirit does not have a nature. You are the unfolding of that divine. You are that. You can never not be that. You will always be that all the time. And you must forever know that. So in this evolving time in the shift, you must be very aware of the environment and who you're with, so you don't have particular energies attaching themselves to you. You must be very aware of what you view and what you listen to. You must protect your emotions, your mental, your psyche. You must protect your heart. You must make sure that you are doing things that not only benefits your life but benefit others. If you're doing things solely for you, you are not of service to others. Be of service to others. Help someone. Your mindset is the most important. Build a new mindset. If you don't know how to build a mindset, shoot me an email. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. Just find Impossible. I'm right there. You can email me at impossible, ENPOSSIBLE BCD@gmail.com. Shoot me an email and said, hey, I want to set up a little session with you. We'll set up something. We'll do a little quick session and we'll just do a little dissecting so we can actually find out where it is you can be assisted at. Where is it I can be of service to you and where you can be of service to yourself? Where is it that you are evolving at right now? And what is unfolding within your conscience? What are some of those ideas and beliefs that you may be holding on to that they may need to be purified and done away with? So we're going to have to take a real good, honest look at ourselves about what's going on right now and how we're going about doing it. Because that's the most important right now, is how we're doing it and why we're going about doing it. That's the most important. You are the reason why we're here. You are the reason why you're here. If you're listening to me right now, then you know that your consciousness is unfolding. You know that your spiritual mindset is the key to your evolution. And you know that you are evolving right now in this particular time to bring forth your purpose, your vision, your service, your help to mankind. And your divine state will assist mankind in their ascension. Mankind will not ascend, your consciousness will. Your ability to see and understand etheric things, nine ether beings. So we live between the space. See this right here? This is all consciousness. What you're hearing coming out of my mouth are just that's a vibration of consciousness. That's the light of consciousness. That's really not me. That's just a vibration of that. I'm just a model of that. I'm just an expression of that divine. I'm nothing special. I'm nothing special. I'm just an expression of the divine. We all are. And we must understand and be joyful and live in gratitude. Again, if you really want to check your mindset, your spiritual mindset, by all means, take 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or even a month, and every hour on the hour, write down where your mental concept is, right then and there. If you're thinking about women or men, if it's sexual orientation that you're thinking about, if it's money that you're thinking about, where is your mental mindset every hour on the hour? You do that for 2, 3 weeks or 30 days, you will see a good cycle of where your mindset is. And in that cycle, you will know where it is to have the discernment of where you need to change and where you need to grow. You will see that unfolding coming out and you'll understand, okay, these are areas of my life where I need to make sure that I pay attention to. And that's going to be the most important for you, to be able to pay attention in your unfoldment, to be able to pay attention in your unfoldment. That's my grandson, right? So they know I'm in here shooting a podcast, and they do everything to come in here and that kid's gonna be kid. It's just like, man, but that's your grandkids for you. 8-year-old grandson, they just kind of do what they does. So you sometimes you just keep looking at them like, what? Right now? You are the unfoldment in that. Right now, forever, it will always be. You know, that you even when moments happen in your life, you must always come back to understand your own divine state, not to allow anything to get you too high or too low. Your mental fortitude, what you're able to actually accomplish in your own mind. What are you able to actually forgive? Can you forgive in your own mind, in your mindset? Is there forgiveness there? Is there compassion? Because in a divine state of love, all of those things already exist. I don't have to find compassion for others. Compassion already exists. I'm already imbued with all the characteristics of divine. I'm already embodied in love. I already have the mindset of love. We're just not going to let anyone, again, sometime when men hear being in love, they think about being weak. No, no, no. Love will not make you weak. I promise you, fellas. Love will not make you weak. You can love your woman 110%, never feel weak. Be vulnerable to her. Be vulnerable to her. And I promise you, it will empower your relationship unbeknownstly to you. You won't even believe what would happen in your life. Because again, it'd be an evolution in your shift. Just think about all the things that we do in life and our mindset, an hour on the hour, every day for 30 days. Look at your mindset. If you're having a difficult time understanding a spiritual mindset and discernment, just do that same little exercise every hour for 2, 3 weeks or a month, and then you'll be able to see exactly what's going on in your mind and this unfolding. If your mind, if your consciousness is unfolding and you're becoming new, something has to go away. Something you have to let go. If you're reminded of something that always reminds you of something, every time you get ready to do something, it reminds you of failing, it reminds you of a hard time, it reminds you of regret. That's your mental mindset. So change your mental mindset. Observe your mental mindset. All you're doing is actually witnessing where you can make your adjustments and change. And if you do that, I promise you, you will have some of the best self explorations that you could ever dream of. To explore yourself. Self realization is key. In order for your unfoldment, for you to truly be aware, you must understand that you are the true divine consciousness that's unfolding. And that's the key. You have to know that that's you. If you don't know that's you, that's going to be difficult for you to be you. And I want to say thank you for another episode. I appreciate everyone who tuned in, all who will be viewing it later. Remember, you are the unfolding consciousness, a spiritual mindset and discernment in the unfolding, the evolving in this shift. So we're evolving and unfolding, the unfolding of a cosmic lotus within that's happening inside of you is evolving inside of you, is unfolding. Your consciousness is also the evolution of what's happening right now. Never be afraid of what you and who you're evolving into. Though it may be strange, though the vision may be blurry, if you don't have a vision for yourself, get around someone who has a vision. I promise you your vision to come to you. If you don't know your purpose, get with some people who have a purpose, and I promise your purpose will come to you. And join a community. Join some people, have conversation with those who have a purpose, who have a vision, that you may understand yours. And with that, peace, love, and light. Thank you for another episode of Talk That Crap. And we're going to see y'all next time. Peace, love, and prosperity.
Observe but not to support, to discourage. Vision so passionate it's disturbing. Create around always positive surges. Cosmic potency emerges. Brain of eternal, hands on my time. Impossible prince can God watch you step in the mind. Soul triggers, power holy divine righteousness. Combined with courage, love of essence. Don't let